Hi guys, we're back. And have we got something for you this week, eh, Harry?
Oh yeah, two. We got two topics. One that we're going to talk about today, and then one tomorrow that's going to tie right in. And Nigel's going to have this one today.
The reason we're doing them um, today and tomorrow is because Harry's not finished his presentation yet. But the way that it ties into what we're about to show you, oh boy, this is some mind blowing stuff. So, what we're going to do, guys, we'll get into a bit of housekeeping first. I just want to say how blown away we were or we are with um, with the video that we did 2 days ago. I mean, according to the figures, we've had 374 views, we've got 648 subscribers, 208 comments. 208 comments. That is unprecedented. So, thanks, guys, for all your comments. We're gonna, well, I'll show you. We'll go back to that in a minute, or at the end of the presentation. And of course, I'm gonna mention once again the VPN, which is available to everybody, 30% off. I'm currently going through Vienna. Um, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. Um, you can hide your location, basically, hide your privacy. Like for argument's sake, when I go to work, I can't access any of this. But then I'm in China, I can't get Google or anything. So I have to do it at home with the VPN. You can put it on two devices, so you can put it on your laptop, your computer, and your phone um, with the same account. 70 bucks a year. They give us 30% off, so it makes it like 49 bucks, less than $1 a week to hide your privacy. So that's the housekeeping out of the way. Oh, I want to give a big shout out to Randall. Thank you, Randall, for the Google album. If you go on to that onto our last video, guys, number 55, um, and look for Randall's comment, he's put a link there to Google. Was it Google? It's an album, right? It's like a photo album. Absolutely mind blowing stuff he's got on there. So thank you for that, brother. All right, Harry. So let's get into today's presentation, which is going to, oh boy. Now,
I just wanted to repeat what you said earlier. The comments were over 200 comments, and some of them were so thought provoking that it actually uh, helped me to nail some of the ideas that I have for the um, upcoming presentation for tomorrow. So
absolutely. I mean, we're a tribe. We're all in this together. Um, and welcome to our new subscribers. Please share. Thanks, Randall shared our last video, so thanks for that, bro. All right, so this is not the title of the video, but I wanted to put this up because of the content. Um, I am not. I, we're not asserting anything. We're just presenting information. You guys make up your own mind. But I found this absolutely mind blowing, and I'm still laughing. I had so much fun putting this presentation together. So if this offends you, the last thing we would ever do is offend any of you guys. So if this presentation offends you, then just understand that your indoctrination is still working up to a point. Now, we know that everything in this realm is an inversion. Okay? Everything is upside down. Black is white, white is black. And I thought that was just a nice little compilation of an example. I got this from Clive de Carl. He puts this on his Telegram channel every day. And I really wanted to share it with you because it is so true. The truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. let it loose, and it will defend itself. So let's have a little dive. Now, most of you are probably going to know what this is, I would think. But if you don't, it's a depiction of Venus, um, which rises, allegedly comes up before the sun. That's why it's known as the light bringer. It's dragging the fake sun behind it. So is Lucifer Satan? Actually, no. Lucifer is a more powerful demon than Satan. Okay, hold that thought. Forget the word demon for a minute. Lucifer is more powerful than Satan. Hold that thought. Lucifer means bearer of light, not devil, not Satan. Lucifer is Venus, the morning star. Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? I copied this from Bible Hub. Well, by the way, whenever you see a word in italics in the Bible, it's been added by the translators. But the interesting thing here is son of the morning. Now remember that we're talking about Lucifer, we're talking about Venus, son of the morning. But Venus is a goddess. Okay, confused yet? How about Aphrodite, also known as Venus? Because Venus is the Roman name and Aphrodite is the Greek name for the same deity, the same quote unquote goddess. Lucifer is in Latin is phosphorus in Greek. The literal meaning of phosphorus, phos, Horus, Horus. We know what Horus is, the sun, an anagram of hours. If you swap the U and the R, you get hours, time. Light bringer. The definition that you will find on Wikipedia is a phosphorus, a name meaning light bringer, is the morning star, the planet Venus in its morning appearance. Okay, so hope you're with me so far. But Venus is associated with love. Okay. So what phrase has been weaponized in this community recently? The phrase love and light. Oh, you're a new ager when you say that. Yeah, because it's been weaponized. But what are we talking about here? So far, we've got love and we've got light. Love and light. Okay, let's move on. This is from a screenshot from a YouTube video that Jamie Leah Plain Truth 12 mirrored. And this is what piqued my, well, no, this was the light coming on above my head. Might be a bit difficult to read, but if you look at the inscription, this is under the Vatican. Okay, so we're told this is under the Vatican. And it's a picture of Lucifer on the wall in this particular room. Depiction of Lucifer, that is the light bringer, morning star. On the opposite wall is a drawing of Vesper, the evening star. Now, this was the mind blow for me. Symbols of the human life cycle. Let me repeat that, guys. Symbols of the human life cycle. Morning star, evening star. Well, here's where it gets interesting. What about Hermes? Because synonyms for Hermes include Mercury, evening star, Hesper, Hesperus, Venus, and Vesper. What do we just see? On one side is Lucifer, morning star, and on the other side is Vesper, the evening star. Well, if we put Hermes and Aphrodite together, we get hermaphrodites. And this all connects to the androgynes the Yehudans that we've spoken about. So this is my question. When we incarnate into this realm, do we come down from heaven? What are all of us doing in this community trying to do right now? Bring light? In Freemasonry, according to Albert Pike in his book Morals and Dogma, light means truth. Let that sink in, guys. Do we, when we incarnate, where do we come from? We come from wherever the astral plane is, or whatever you want to call it. Are we coming down from heaven? What are all of us in this community trying to do right now? It's a rhetorical question. We've gone over this ad nauseum. If you're new to the channel, guys, Jesus is not a man. There was no J in English until 1592. Jesus, it was a H. So Jesus becomes Hesus, becomes he's, us. And we're told that Jesus is the light of the world. Okay. Jesus is I am. Jesus was a truther. He was part of a truth community back then. We've done podcasts on this. And we're also told that God is love, which means if God is love, then love is God. We're back to the love and light. Now, let's have another look at this. Is Lucifer Satan? Actually, no. Lucifer is a more powerful demon than Satan. What did you just say? Seriously? Did he just say that? This is from Etim Online. You can stop and read the whole passage if you want. But again, Harry and I, we've spoken about this at length. The word Satan is not a character. Look at the last paragraph. In biblical sources, the Hebrew term Satan describes an adversarial role. It is not the name of a particular character. Although Hebrew storytellers as early as the 6th century occasionally introduced a supernatural character whom they called Satan. Satan is not a character. So if Satan's not a character, why is Jesus a character? And why is God a character? And why is Lucifer a character? None of them are characters, guys. They're just portrayed as being characters. Matthew 4, again, so it was done before, the devil take him up into an exceedingly high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world. How can you do that on the globe? And the glory of them. And said unto him, all these things I will give thee if you will fall down and worship me. What is he talking about? He's talking about materialism. We did a whole show, a whole podcast. This is the thumbnail. You can see that Adam, the portrayal of Adam on the left, he's not lifting his finger. That guy won't lift a finger to help. You know what I mean? It's almost like he doesn't want. He values the materialism. All these things I will give you if you fall down and worship me. We have a new email. I have set up a new email in light of all the comments on Monday's video. If people want to send files or information, or they want to send stuff that they don't really want to put in the comments section, then I've set up a new email for the channel. It's just the devil's playground 2 at protonmail.com. Protonmail is encrypted, which means you don't get, when you're sending emails, it means you don't get these stupid predictions and predictive words and that coming out. So, and I've also found that if you link it to your personal email, which I've done, if you email me at this email address, the Proton Mail will send an email to my personal email saying, "Hey, Nige, you've got mail over in Proton." So I wanted to throw that in light of not just this subject, but also the fact that we've had so many comments on our last last video, and people are saying, "Well, I've got this. I want to send you this. I want to send you that." So are we Lucifer, bro?
I told you this earlier. I said, yes, we are. And the only reason why some people might balk at wanting to say that is because it's been vilified. It's been turned upside down. We've been told that Lucifer is the bad guy, whereas in reality, it's just Lucifer, Satan, Jesus, God. These are all made up figures just to oppose one another. It's the angel versus the devil. It's us with that struggle, the left versus the right, white, black, male, female. It's all just opposition. It's controlled opposition, right?
Mm, mm. Well, if you accept the fact that we're all energetic beings, right, and we incarnate into our bodies, our car, and we are either male or female, then that must mean that our soul, our essence, our spark, or whatever, is both.
Yeah.
Or genderless, or neither.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a case of I'm a guy, or I'm a girl. Well, that's what you identify yourself with, or as being. I mean, David Icke, love him or hate him, I know what you're going to say, but he does talk a lot of sense, and he does kind of say that we identify with the what we are. Yeah, my name is, I am, however, whatever age, and I am an English teacher. So you're essentially identifying yourself with the physical instead of the you're identifying with the what you are instead of the who you are. And I think that the way that everything has been twisted and inverted in this physical realm, means that what I've just presented there with the oh, you're a Luciferian. Well, you're an anti-vaxxer. Well, they coin all these phrases to make you feel bad. You're a conspiracy theorist.
Well, you have to almost, like you said, Ike always says that you identify with the what.
Yeah.
Right. And you have to, in the material world, you can't really express yourself in a non-material fashion because it's going to go against the nature of the realm you're in. So, they say, do as the Romans do, right?
Yeah. The Roman.
If we're in this realm, we have to be able to identify in that manner, but we shouldn't limit ourselves to also be able to identify to that ethereal level as well, because we recognize with an open mind, we do recognize that we are more than just the vehicle, because the vehicle has to be driven by the spark. The spark is what drives. The spark, the soul, those two components will drive the vehicle. And a lot of times we're forgetting that, in essence, we could be AI too. So.
Yeah. I put this slide back up for a reason. Look at the last part of this quote from Isaiah. How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Well, you've only got to look at who's in charge of the quote unquote nations and what is being done to us, or what they are attempting to do to us now, and have been for the last 18 months or so. Are they getting away with it? Well, they're trying very, very hard, but there's a lot of pushback. So are we weakening the nations as far as the agenda is concerned? I think the answer to that is pretty damn obvious. What do you think, Harry?
Well, I mean, maybe 25 years ago, I could tell you that nations were sovereign, were in control. But what I got to say now is, it seems like every one of these nations now is under the umbrella of a corporatocracy. So uh, once we recognize that and we go against that, the eventuality is that we will weaken that if we do that pushback, just like the 2 million people in Britain, right?
Yeah. Well, you've only got to look at the rollout um, last in February, January, February 2020. You know that 182 countries were all affected overnight from Wuhan. So that means 182 people must have got on 182 different planes and flown to 182 different countries all at the same time. Now, if people can't see how ridiculous that notion is, then I don't know what to say to them. I really don't. But it proves beyond any shadow of a doubt that, you know, somebody, maybe the WHO or the WEF or whatever, pressed the button and it went out 182 emails. Off you go, guys.
Well, I mean, it's just ridiculous to think that, you know as well as I do. But if they can propagate that lie and it goes so quick and everyone's believing it like the sheeple that they are, they're the ones that in some of the comments that we saw last night, the debate is, do we choose to come here or were we tricked? Were we forced? No, we chose. But
So,
if these people are not willing to leave the prison when the door is wide open, I commented they're on their own now. We've
yeah,
come, we've tried to help them. We've tried to show them an alternative. Again, we're not saying that this is golden. This is the all end all theory. But if it's something that's going to spark the mind to be able to think in an alternative way, it's better than nothing.
well, my own view on this now is that a lot of what we would call the NPCs are the first timers. You know, you've got people like us and people in our community that can see what's going on. We could argue that we're old souls. We've been here before.
And they're done it, yeah.
Yeah. So now we can see what's going on, and we're trying to help people who are maybe um, babies when it comes to the amount of times that they've been here, and we're never ever going to reach them. Now, you know, I should have got it ready, but you can, guys, you can do this yourself. If you go onto PubMed, the website called PubMed, and type in flu epidemic from 1830, which is 190 years ago. There's that magic number again. And you will see on PubMed that a flu epidemic came out of China 190 years ago and infected the whole world, which of course we know is got to be true. Um, you know, it reminds me. I know it's off topic a bit, but it reminds me of the gold rush, the Californian gold rush in the 1850s, when all these people from China came running over to California to take part in the gold rush. Well, first of all, how did they know when there was no internet, no postal service? How did they know? And B, how did they get there? So, you know, the whole of the historical narrative that we're told, all of it is either a story, a fairy story, or is fabricated. You know,
Well, just the fact that Isaiah can have a phrase mentioning Lucifer, right?
I think that's the only time the name Lucifer actually appears in the Bible. Is just that one time.
Well,
I think.
then that in itself is a demonstration that the Old Testament cannot be that old.
No, I do remember. I can't remember who it was. I do remember somebody. I'm not sure if it was on our channel or another one that I made a comment on um, about Lucifer. And this guy, he came back and he said, Lucifer is not mentioned in the Bible. Show me. I'll wait. So I shown him. Of course, no response. Um, but I'm pretty sure it's the only time that Lucifer is mentioned in the in the Old Testament is in that one verse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, yeah. No, I was just thinking something else. So yeah, right. What do you want to say to wrap up, Harry?
Well, your connection with the light bearer versus the morning star versus the evening star is showing again the polarity. We saw the polarity in the flat disk with the regular sun and the black hole sun.
I thought of something after we'd done that presentation. We were talking about the disc, right? Now
Summerland, right?
on that Freemason video that we were talking about, the guy that explained all this in Russian, he was talking about continents, land being on the top and underneath, right? Now there's a movie, and I'm pretty sure it's called Upside Down, where you have two different realms, and you've got they're not they're not kind of like on the top and the bottom, because you would not meet each other. It's more portrayed as, you know, me walking across the floor and somebody walking across the ceiling upside down, right? The movie's called Upside Down. But the word that came to me after we'd done last week's podcast was, what would you call that? Would you not call that the underworld? Yeah. And
Yeah.
what is one of the rivers depicted in, or so we're told, in the underworld, is the river Lethe.
Lethe.
Yeah, and we did a podcast on the river Lethe when we did the reincarnation podcast.
Yeah, the river of forgetfulness.
Yeah. So when you die, you drink from the river Lethe and you forget everything, right? You have the mind wipe. And it's interesting that that connects to the underworld, which is what this guy was talking about in his video. Continents on the top, continents underneath. So I just thought I'd throw that in, because he never even came to me until I was rendering the video, and I was watching it before, you know, after it had uploaded, and I'm like, oh my god.
But it makes sense. It makes sense that Summerland would be the underworld, because it's not governed by time. So why would you have to remember anything? Because you're timeless.
Yeah, and you got no sun and moon down there.
No sun and moon.
So
No
that's,
yesterday. No
yeah,
yesterday. No today. No tomorrow. It's all the same.
that's why it would be called Summerland, summer all year long,
Yeah.
all the time. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks again. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to our drivel. Like, share, subscribe, and we will be back within the next, hopefully, the next 24 hours with Harry's presentation that is so connected to what we've just been talking about. So we will see you soon, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.
Take care.
Take care.